Good afternoon all. My name is Alistair Tudor. I'm the Operations Manager for Somerset Chamber of Commerce, and I'm joined today by Councillor Gill Slocombe. She's the portfolio holder for inward investment within Sedgemoor District Council. And we're going to have a quick discussion around the grants and the support available to businesses in the region, and have a catch up about how that's been going. I think we're all reasonably familiar with the grants that are available to small businesses across the region, so we won't cover that in massive detail. If you need more, you can have a look at the Sedgemoor website, which will explain what the grants are all about. But Gill, I know that there was something like 30 million awarded to Sedgemoor from central government to go to local businesses. Can you give us an update on where the council are now?
Yes, thank you. I think this has been, since the lockdown, it's obvious this has been a very, very difficult time. It's hit the hardest that's hit the economy is our small businesses. And we've paid very, very lot of attention to that. The government did announce, obviously, a range of measures to try to support, and we're pleased to help with the grant scheme. The officers have obviously been working in a very different environment. They've been working from home, and communicating with people has been very difficult, but they've managed it. It was difficult in the beginning, but now we've managed, and I'm really exceptionally proud to say Sedgemoor have done an absolute amazing job, but by actually working long hours, many long hours to get these grants out. We've now paid in excess of 23 million to over 2,000 businesses, and there are still businesses out there, there's no doubt about it, eligible and have not come forward. So we're going to great lengths to trace them, and we have been ringing, we've been trying to contact them through other contacts, and because it is important that there will be some businesses who just feel that they don't meet the criteria, and we want to let them know, even if they're just unsure, just pick up the phone, get onto the economic development team, and they will give them all the help and guidance they want, because this is a real big plea. There are a lot of businesses out there who have not applied yet, and I would urge them to check this and please come back to us, because we can give them the help that they want.
Yeah, and that 7 million that you've still got to award is needing to be awarded, isn't it?
Yes, I mean, that can be part of the new discretionary grant, that can go on to that as well. There is still some businesses out there. So like I said, there are some businesses that have fell through the net. They don't meet the criteria the government announced so in the early stages. So some of these businesses now, I think, will meet this new discretionary grant. It is very discretionary, I might add, but there is a possibility. And where there's a possibility, I think the businesses should try. Also, I think Sedgemoor District Council is a very willing helper to actually try in some way to get something for the business to guide them on. So I would really urge them. The team, like I said, they are a brilliant team, and they have done immense work in such a short space of time. And I think this has made the difference. And we want to enable all businesses, but especially the small businesses, to keep afloat, to keep going. And when this is over, they can actually get back to normal.
Yeah, absolutely. So in terms of the process on this, and I should make the point that the application process itself is not particularly onerous. It takes minutes to do. So it's worth putting your details in. How should a business go about applying for one of these grants then?
They go on the website of Sedgemoor District Council, and as you say, the application is so simple. But if they feel very worried about that, they can go on, they can phone. Many businesses have phoned officers and they've guided them through, but it is a really simple process. And many businesses have come back and said, that is so good that the business is, but where there was a certain element where they wanted to ask questions, they were able to talk to officers. We have had some really heartbreaking stories of businesses, and it's been really difficult when you listen to some of them, how they've managed, and some of the great ideas as well that some businesses have tried to do. Leisure industry have tried different things, the restaurants have tried different things. They've done takeaways and they've done food deliveries, and they've been really immensely clever. Businesses are no fools, and they've tried and they've worked really hard. But the nicest thing about it is how appreciative they've been of this grant. They really have been. But we're not going anywhere. We're going to still be there for them. And this new discretionary one may meet some of the other elements of other businesses that couldn't get help.
Yeah, and I think that's something that we've seen reflected across the whole of the region, in terms of the way the businesses appreciate the support they're getting if they're eligible for the grant, but also how adaptable businesses are in Somerset.
Oh yes.
It's really good to see the small businesses taking a new approach, really thinking about what they can offer, how they can support themselves as well moving forward. So that's terrific to hear. What sort of difficulties have you found kind of getting hold of these businesses? You know, I appreciate
Yes,
there's
some
a chunk of
businesses
money there.
are linked through other businesses. So there's been a very, you know, I mean, I have to say the hours that our officers have been, they're sort of like incredible, where they've found a link to another business, or somebody else has told them about another business. They're really searching, and they are still searching. They really are. But you know, there are also other help out there. Of course, as we know, is the Chamber of Commerce, the Local Enterprise Partnership Growth Hub. There are other people out there to help businesses. So I think we've got to make sure that businesses know they are not alone. They really are not alone. We are that, you know, we will help them.
Yeah.
And you know, we will be over this. There will be a period of time when we can all sit back. There will be lessons learned about some things that any authority can do better than others, and you know, working together. But I think this has been immensely a great team effort, and you know, and I cannot praise our team enough, because when I've looked at the hours that people have worked, but it's because they want to enable businesses to keep going.
Yeah, absolutely. You mentioned the discretionary fund. If a business doesn't necessarily qualify for the small business rates relief grant, are there any details you can give us on that discretionary fund?
There is a government website. They go on the government.uk website. You can see that the Local Government Act has got lots of things about the leisure and about lots of the grants. It is very discretionary, but also they can go into the authority and they will give them the details. But it is on the local government website as well, which explains the criteria. So I think that will be a great help to many, many people. But again, Sedgemoor, the guidance has been a bit late. We've been waiting for the guidance to come in, so to give people absolutely rubber stamping what is. But our council will always be readily to help and advise on that as well.
Thank you. And I think most people would appreciate when you've got a fund that uses the word discretionary, you've got to have some criteria in there as to who's going to qualify for it. So yeah, appreciate that. Okay, Jill. Thank you very much for your time, and thank you for all the hard work from yourself and obviously the team at Sedgemoor Council.
Oh, it's a pleasure.
You know, the support to local businesses across the whole of Somerset from actually all the councils has been very good and very heartening to see. So thank you for all your hard work, and thank you for the quick reaction to getting the scheme in place and up and running. So Councillor Gill Slocombe, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.